Hello mates, welcome to a new tutorial video. On this video we'll be learning how to make this lovely tulle skirt. So let's get into it. We'll be learning how to make this skirt. So when you're looking at this skirt, you see that it has an inner and a tulle, right? A tulle that has layers. Alright, so let's get into it. So the measurements you need are your skirt waist, your skirt, and the length of your skirt. Okay, so I've already cut out my basic skirt bodies. As you can see, I have a tutorial on my channel on how to draft a simple basic skirt, so you can watch that tutorial if you don't know how to draft a simple basic skirt. So now the next thing you're going to do is to cut out your tulle. You're going to use your skirt pattern to cut out the tulle, but the difference is going to be that at the bottom of the tulle you have to extend it by 3 inches. Now you ask, why are you extending it? So that the tulle won't be tight, it won't be fitted to your skirt. All right, if you look at the picture that we're working with, you see that the hem part of the tulle skirt is not so tight, it's free. All right, so you are going to cut the tulle for the front back, just as if you're cutting a skirt. Do you understand? Do you get? So you're going to cut a tulle for your skirt. All right, so after this, the next thing you're going to do is to first of all join your skirt. That's the African print fabric. First of all, join the sides, right? Draw your darts and join the sides. Just keep the tulle aside first. All right, so you get your skirt mat. Okay, then the first thing you're going to do is to draw your darts for the front and the back. Then you join the sides, right? You join the sides with the client's measurements. So when you're done, you do the same thing for the tulle. You do the same thing for the net. All right, you join the sides of the net to make the skirt one piece. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So when you are done, you're going to, this is how the back of your skirt is. Now for your Ankara of your skirt, right? Close the zipper allowance area with running stitches. Just close it with running stitches so that you'll be able to join the front and the back together to get the shape of your client. Do you understand up to this point? So guys, please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click on the subscription button and subscribe, like, share, and comment, guys. Thank you to my new subscribers. Thank you to my existing subscribers. Thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate. Okay, so if you have any question up to this point, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try my best to explain more to you. All right, so now I just want to show you how to shape your skirt. Most people don't know how to shape their outfits. So you place the front on top of the back and then you start imputing your measurement. The waist measurement is 32, divided by 2 is 16. So you measure the waist, whatever. If for example now the whole length of the waist you get like a 22, so you're going to do 22 minus 16. Whatever you get is what you remove from the excess to get exactly 16. Do you get? For example now 32 divided by 2 is 16, right? And then when you measure your waist area and you have, let's say for example you have 20, right? That means you know that the excess there is 4, right? You remove 2 inches from the right and remove 2 inches from the left. That's what? 4. So that when you shape your skirt, it's going to give you 16. So that's the same way you also shape your skirt for the hip area. Now for the hem area, right, you're going to just use the same measurements you used in shaping the hip line to shape the hem line, because the skirt is not an A-line skirt. So when you're done, this is how your skirt is going to be. I've also folded the hem part, the bottom part. I've folded it. All right, can you see how our skirt is looking? So now you do the same thing for your tulle. I've already joined it by the sides. Can you see? Now the next thing we're going to do now is to achieve that layered part of our tulle. Okay, so for this tutorial I used 2.5 of Ankara and then I used 7 yards of net, but you can use 6 yards or 5 yards. It all depends on the size of your client, one, how full you want the ruffles on your tulle skirt to be. Do you want it more or you just want it to be scanty? All right, so if you want to buy, just start from 5 yards first. So then when you're seeing it, you will not know if you buy more or not. So now the first thing you're going to do is to measure the hem. That's the bottom, not the waistline or the bottom. So when I measured the bottom, I got 60 That's the length, 60, right? So now for my tulle, the length of the tulle, that's the first layer. The first layer, right? The first layer is going to be 15 inches long. Then the wideness, since we measured the wideness of our hem to be, we measured 60. Now you're going to times 2. So the wideness is going to be like 120 inches wide, so that you'll be able to achieve that ruffles. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So now I've already folded my net. You get, I folded my net and I just cut out the length. Length is 15 inches, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating ruffles on the hem of the first layer. I also have a tutorial on how to draft 3-layered skirt. If you watch that tutorial, you will understand what I'm trying to do. The difference between that tutorial and this one is that first tutorial I used an Ankara material, but for this tutorial I'm using a tulle, that's a net. All right, so now I also want us to know that the gathers or the ruffles you'll be creating it on top of the skirt, not inside. Do you get? So now for those people that will be confused on how to place their net, because if you buy 5 yards of net, it's going to be a lot, right? So now I'm going to advise you on what to do. First of all, your tulle skirt, right? Fold it into 2 and get the center point, as if you're trying to fix a band, right? So get the center point of your skirt. Remember, we are working with the hem part, not the waist part, right? That's the length of the skirt, not the waist part. Now, when you get the center point of that skirt or your tulle skirt, you set it up. Then you get the center point of your net. You get the center point at the sides. How do you get it? You fold your net into 4 places. Notch the center and notch the sides. Then you now pin it to your skirt, right? The first one, you pin it on the edge. That's the zipper allowance area. Can you see? You pin it on the zipper allowance area. Then the next notch, you pin it on the side, the right side. The other side notch, you pin it on the middle part. And the last one, you pin it on the left side and the edge of the left skirt. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So now when I'm done, look at the first layer of our skirt. Can you see how lovely it is? Can you see that I put the ruffles on top, not inside? Now for the second layer is going to be long. Remember, the first layer we did it 120. So for the second layer, we are going to multiply it by 2. That means we are going to get like 240 inches wide. That's how wide the net is going to be, because the second layer is longer, is wider than the first layer. So now you just fold your net into 2. Now for this net, we are going to join. This one we did not join, right? But for this second one, we are going to join so that we'll be able to cover up the hem of the second part. Hope you understand. Please, if you don't understand, just ask your question in the comment section. But I really want you to watch that first tutorial on how to make 3-layered skirt, 3-tiered skirt. It's going to open up this tutorial. It's going to make you understand it better. All right. So I'm going to join these 2 parts now together to form one hole. That's one straight tulle. Do you understand? Because I want it to be fuller. I want it to be much. I want the ruffles to be very pronounced. So I'm just going to notch the sides and the center point so that when I join both of them together, it won't be hard for me to now place it on the fabric. Do you understand? So now I've notched them. Now it's time for me to join them. Just very simple. Just join one edge. All right? Just join one edge and then you sew it on your skirt. Do you understand? Can you see how long it is? I'm just opening it wide so you understand what I'm trying to say. We're joining one side so that we'll make it one piece. Then start to pleat it on our. So I'm done, and this is how. Look at the second layer. Now can you see what I was trying to say? Can you see it? I made 2 layers. Now you can decide to make yours 3 layers, 4 layers. Depends on your preference. It is just the same formula, the same way that you'll make it. All right. So now it's time for us to attach our net to our main fabric, our skirt material, right? So very easy. What you do is to place your net on top of your skirt and pin it. Pin the sides, pin the center, and pin the other sides together. Just pin it to your skirt, then you match it down. You sew it to your fabric. Do you understand? Just sew it to your fabric on the waistline, and then when you sew it to your fabric, the next thing you're going is to fix your band, right? So you sew it to the waistline. Can you see? You sew it down, and then you sew the zipper allowance area too. That's, you join the net to your Ankara part on the zipper allowance area part. Do you get what I'm saying? Can you see? On the waist part and on the zipper allowance side, right? That's how you join the net to the Ankara. So when you're done now, the last thing we're going to do is to fix our band. After fixing our band, we'll fix our zipper and we'll close the skirt and then fix our zipper, and our skirt is ready. So this is just how to make your Tulle Ankara skirt. You can wear this skirt to the church, anywhere you want to wear. The skirt is lovely and pretty. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and if this tutorial was helpful to you, please like, share, and most importantly guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, I upload videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. See you on my next tutorial. Bye.